Fresh off a felony conviction and awaiting sentencing that could include prison time potentially, Donald Trump is scoring some pretty big legal wins tonight in his push to delay any other case from going to trial before Election Day. In Georgia, an appeals court has just halted the conspiracy case against Donald Trump and his co-defendants indefinitely as it considers whether the district attorney, Fani Willis, should be removed from the case, which they are obviously trying to do. All of this stems from that romantic relationship that she had with the lead prosecutor that she put on this case. Nathan Wade is now gone from the case, but this trouble is still here for Fani Willis, at least. The accusation is that she benefited financially from his appointment by spending his salary on things like vacations together, an allegation that, I should note, Willis, in a very dramatic courtroom moment, flatly denied.
You're confused. You think I'm on trial. These people are on trial for trying to steal an election in 2020. I'm not on trial. The only man who's ever foot my bills completely is my daddy. You lied in this. Let me tell you which one you lied in. Right here. I think you lied right here. No. This is the truth, Judge. And it is a lie. It is a lie.
That is one saga. In the meantime, as we are waiting on the Supreme Court to rule on presidential immunity, which they are expected to do later this month, the judge in the Mar-a-Lago classified documents case has now kicked the can so far down the road, it's hard to even see it at this point. There's just about zero chance that this trial sees the light of day before the election. Judge Eileen Cannon has also now agreed to hold a hearing on Trump's push to get Jack Smith removed from the case. Of course, Trump and his team are claiming that Smith was illegally appointed as the special counsel who's overseeing that and the case in Washington, D.C. But not only is this a further delay in Florida, as Trump motions are stacking up like planes on a runway, motions that, I should note, Cannon has yet to rule on, the most immediate issue now becomes, is Judge Cannon considering giving Jack Smith the boot? Well, what we have learned is that she at least wants to hear the two sides out. My top legal sources are here tonight. Joining me at the table, CNN senior legal analyst and former assistant U.S. attorney for the Southern District of New York, Elie Honig, criminal defense attorney and CNN legal analyst Joey Jackson, and retired federal judge Shira Scheindlin. It's great to have you all here. Judge, I want to get your take on this in a moment. But Elie, I mean, if we thought the Georgia case was doomed from the start, this is essentially cementing that.
It's over. Let's be realistic. It's not happening before the 2024 election. It's not happening in 2024. It's maybe not happening at all. Now, look, the appeals court, we can never predict what they're going to do, but there's some things we know for sure. Number one, they didn't have to take this case, the appeal, and they chose to. The other thing is they didn't have to pause the district court. In fact, the trial court judge, when he issued his ruling allowing Donald Trump and the others to ask the appeals court to take the case, the trial court judge specified, while you all are doing that, I'm going to continue holding proceedings in this trial court. And now today, just a couple hours ago, the appeals court said, no, pause that too. So that tells me that they are taking this appeal very seriously. And if Trump and the defendants prevail on this appeal, this case is essentially toast.
That you're talking about Judge McAfee. He was still ruling on some pretrial motions, going ahead with things. All of that is now frozen. And I mean, we're not even going to get a decision on the appeals court until next spring.
Yeah, we won't. But I think it's the right call. And let me tell you why. I'm a firm believer that you have to have confidence in our institutions, and appeals are part of that process. I think there are many people who took issue with McAfee's decision, however well-reasoned the 23 pages were or not. I think there are people who felt that there was an actual conflict of interest, not just a perceived conflict, and maybe took issue with his remedy as well. What remedy? Get the special counsel off the case and you're fine. Proceed. Nathan Wade, I'm speaking of. And so to the extent that there's an appeal, why not freeze the case? Because if you move forward and the appeal is otherwise granted and the case is undone, what are we doing? And so my view, because of the institutions and the respect for them, and people have to have trust in them, let an appellate panel of 3 judges make the decision, and what they decide, we'll have to live with.
And what they're deciding, Judge, is whether or not Judge McAfee here made the right decision on not disqualifying Fani Willis, the district attorney. He said Nathan Wade could not be on the team anymore, but he did not disqualify her. Do you think he made the right choice?
I think he probably made the right choice. The real question is, are we surprised by the stay? And I think we're not. I think I agree with what you said, Joey, that this required a stay. And the truth is, I don't think this case was going before the election anyway. It was never ready to go. There were still discovery issues, still pre-motion issues. It's a sprawling case with many defendants. I don't think it causes any difference, frankly, in timing. It wasn't going to go before the election, in my opinion.
What does it mean for the people who've already pleaded guilty? I mean, there are a number of them in this case. Jenna Ellis, everyone remembers her tearful moment on camera inside that courtroom in Atlanta, Georgia. What happens to them?
Powell and Chesbrough, boy, if this thing gets dismissed and then they're standing there with their guilty pleas, they're going to try to take them back for sure, right? They're going to make a motion right away saying, we want to withdraw our guilty pleas, and then that'll be up to the judge. I do want to flag another issue, though, that's going to be in front of the Court of Appeals. There's the disqualification, the affair, the intermingling of finances. I agree with Judge Shindlin. I'm not so moved by that. I don't think the proof was clear enough. There is a separate issue that Trump and the other defendants are going to raise that I think is a bigger deal, which is Fani Willis's inappropriate comments about the case outside of court. Judge McAfee found those comments to be, quote, legally improper, and then he did nothing about it. And so the defense is going to argue to the Court of Appeals, if the prosecutor makes, quote, legally improper statements that impair the constitutional rights of the defendant, there needs to be a remedy for that.
But here's my only issue. I think that you can make, well, you shouldn't, of course, as a prosecutor, be making comments extrajudicial outside the court that are inappropriate and that impair anyone's rights. The issue is, what's the remedy? And should the appropriate remedy be the dismissal of the indictment? I think that's a bridge too far. So you could say, perhaps at the church, you remember she gave the speech, and somewhat inflammatory. Some would argue with respect to the comments about, that she made at that time. But I just think not dismissing the indictment was the right call.
Yeah, that's
I think
a good
the remedy that they're talking about is taking her out of the case.
Right, and
Should
that's a
she
big
be
question
removed?
then if the case would even move forward. But Judge,
Right,
I have to get your take on what's happening in Florida, because Judge Eileen Cannon has basically ripped up the entire court schedule. She's pushed some hearings now they don't even have a date. Some of these were things that were filed almost a year ago this week, and still no decision has been made. Is a judge, what's your take of how she's conducting this?
She's not conducting it well. She's not organized. She's not efficient. She's not getting the work done. But once again, this seems clear to me that this case was never going to go to trial before this election. Now, whether that's an intentional effort on her part or because there are issues that are somewhat complicated, like what you do with these highly confidential documents. So it takes some time. But that said, she's about the slowest judge I've seen.
Do you have confidence in her as she's handling this, though, from what
I don't. I look at her as a rookie judge who wasn't really up to this case and is not rising well to the occasion.
What options does Jack Smith, the special counsel, have? I mean, once she just agreed to have a hearing on whether or not he should even is allowed to be the special counsel, right. but what options does he have if can they get a new judge, or is that not even a chance?
That's the nuclear option. I don't think it's likely that he even asks for that. It's incredibly rare that prosecutors go to an appeals court and say, you need to remove this judge. I know that's a popular theory that's out there. Look, Jack Smith knows what he's doing. He's 9-10 months into this case. He's not done that. He can appeal certain of her individual rulings. But I agree with Judge Shindlin. I mean, there is an art. It's not as easy as it looks to run your courtroom. I mean, some judges do struggle to stay on top of their cases. Now, you would think this case would be the top priority.
I would.
For this judge, given all the circumstances. And I've seen you run your courtroom, Your Honor, quite efficiently. And this judge it's hard to even keep track of what's where right now.
Okay, but say that you agree with Trump's allies that Jack Smith shouldn't be the special counsel, that there are questions because he wasn't in any kind of confirmed position before about why he's there. But in the arguments on that, she agreed to allow third parties who have nothing to do with this case come in and make the arguments about it.
So
is that typical?
So that's a little troubling, right? You hear that in terms of appellate courts where you have amicus briefs that are briefs, friends of the court briefs, where other people weigh in. These are parties before the court, and the argument should be limited to those parties, like who? Like the prosecutor and like the defense. And I think, again, because of my confidence in institution arguments, you want to make the argument that the special counsel is unconstitutional, make the argument. But don't allow everybody come in. What do you say? What do you say? Everybody else say. I think they'll make it. And some of the arguments, maybe they'll carry muster. Should there have been a special office created? Should it have gone through Congress? Should there have been Senate confirmation, right? Those are things that perhaps we should hear. I don't know that they carry the day. I think Merrick Garland certainly has the authority to appoint the special counsel, but that's my view. Her view may be different.
And he said this week he has no regrets about appointing him as the special counsel. Would you allow third parties to come in?
Absolutely not. These third parties have filed an amicus brief on this issue in the U.S. Supreme Court. I read the brief today. So they've already written this out. They know their arguments. And if that issue takes off, it's going to get to the Supreme Court. They raised it in the immunity argument when they asked for a stay. And they said, this is so serious, it's a ground for granting the stay. And it stayed Judge Chutkan's case. So it's nothing surprising that this argument is coming up. But why she's hearing from them, she can read the same brief I read. There's no reason to let them argue it in front of her.
I mean, Trump attorneys have a lot of time on their hands apparently now. Judge Ellie Honig, Joey Jackson, great to have you all here tonight to break all of that down.